Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Jasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Bolo. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Prabhupada. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande. Jaya Vishnupada Paramahamsa, Parivachaka, His Divine Grace. His Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada Tiruvavtiti Mahamotsava ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. I can see you all dizzy. This the kirtan reminds me of when Prabhupada was here. I'm going to tell only stories, Prabhupada stories today. That's the Bhagavatam. There's two types of Bhagavatam. One is devotee Bhagavatam, one is the book Bhagavatam, right? So when you glorify Prabhupada, it's the same as Bhagavatam. When Prabhupada used to visit Mayapur, he was never happy with us. We used to be dancing this high in the air, but he's still going like this at us. So when you're a small kid, you can, like your age, your body is like a spring. You go, bang, bang, and you touch the sky and down. And so all the older people, they stop dancing, just look at you only. Kya ho raha hai? You know. So this is what it takes to please Krishna. And if you read about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, when he used to dance, they said that his limbs would go inside his body and blood would be oozing out. Only him, other people was. And we know, like when he used the prayers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said that the tears were coming from his eyes like torrents of rain. We don't have rain, but a lot of sweat. as good as tears, because it's all coming out of the body. And hair stand and end. And all these symptoms, actually you can see we have that symptom. When you're actually in the fire of singing and dancing, that's the only way to get rid of material desires. Full absorption, Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada, today he's Tirabhavtiti. We all know Prabhupada has never left us. He's still here today with us. The way we're dancing and singing, because we're getting the blessing from Prabhupada. He's giving us the Shakti, like rain. How at my age, you guys are much younger, and I probably have more strength than you. This is all mercy, Prabhupada's mercy. There's no age gap. This is all material. Who cares? Strength, spiritual strength, there's no boundary. Yeah? You're probably thinking, I wish, like if I'm 60 or 50, I'll be like this guy. Sure, you can. So, Prabhupada has blessed us. When Srila Prabhupada, he used to come down from his room, from third floor, where his rooms are in Mayapur, and I was really wild. So all these devotees from the West, they said, you sing, Jaya Prabhupada, and just wild. And I didn't know how to play Mridanga, but it just really hit it really hard. Everybody loved it. Sometimes there's no head left. The hand will be going through. So many, even I came to Melbourne, bought 3 Mridanga heads. So they wouldn't let me out of the temple because I pay for the head. So this energy, like, it's coming from Krishna. We have energy in our body we have to use in Krishna's service. That's the only way. You all go around and use your energy to do other things. But energy is for Krishna's service. If you have energy, sing and dance. Glorify Prabhupada. Prabhupada is the only person that you can really glorify, and he can never stop. And Prabhupada is thinking, these guys are mad. But that's what we want Prabhupada to be pleased with us. The way to please Krishna is to please your Guru. Guru Bhakti. I told you before, there's a line in a hand that runs between the little finger and this one. I have a big line here. That line represents Guru Bhakti. If you don't have the line, you don't have Bhakti for your Guru. Pusharam Bhakti. That's the next line. I got a big line there. At one time it disappeared. Then I started going, because I wasn't doing sadhana, all this thing nicely. So the lines come back after getting into it. So I remember clearly when Srila Prabhupada was 1976, Prabhupada was supposed to come down and give a talk at the Pandal in Mayapur. You know where the TOVP is? There used to be a big Pandal there. Prabhupada would have program during the Gaur Purnima. And they said Prabhupada is not well, so we had to sing to Krishna to please make Prabhupada healthy. So Prabhupada started getting not well even from way back in 76. And so when Prabhupada started getting really sick, he's never sick, he's always strong. But all the senior devotees from Mayapur, they went to Vrindavan to see Prabhupada because they heard Prabhupada is going to leave this world. So this is a sad story, but like we all know, the pure devotees, they always hear in the instruction. And there were different devotees who were coming after Mangalarati to make an announcement that Prabhupada have left. And there was 10 people, they couldn't say it. Everybody burst into tears. So we figured that, and somebody was very strong. That was Subhag Maharaj. You know him? He said Prabhupada departed this world last night. And so, the whole day, we were only small kids. We fasted the whole day. And for 1 week, we big feast for all the villagers. And Up till today, we remember Bhaktivinoda Maharaj, he came back with the flower and Prabhupada's clothing. That's the Puspa Samadhi in Mayapur. And so, we cannot believe how, like, we saw Prabhupada and he was so full of, and the next thing you see him, like he was not well. It's very difficult for us to, if we actually saw Prabhupada. So Prabhupada is always here in his instruction. You can feel him sometimes. So there was a devotee and he said, he asked Prabhupada, like, what if when we die, what if we forget Krishna? Because you're supposed to remember Krishna at the time of death. And you go to Krishna. So he said, so he asked Prabhupada that we can remember Krishna, but we can remember you. So what will happen if you remember Prabhupada, you, at the time of death? And Prabhupada, he said, "Ek minute, let me think." So after a few minutes, Prabhupada closed his eyes and he said, and that is okay. Because Prabhupada is with Krishna. So wherever, if you are thinking of Krishna at the time of death, Prabhupada also will be there. So, just like this month is the month of Kartik, is dedicated to Radharani, actually. And I always know that, like, I'm not very, like, I don't know Radharani so much, but they say that you have to love Radharani to love Krishna. And so I thought, I always know Krishna a little bit more than Radharani. And so what's going to happen? She might be very angry, but she's very humble. So then, if you love Krishna, automatically Radharani will like you. If you love Radharani, Krishna will like you. So it's like that, I believe. Just like if I say, oh, you're so nice, you're such a good devotee, your mother is going to go, oh, thank you, very, very good. Right? So like that. So if you like Radharani, Krishna will like you. If you also like Krishna, Radharani will like. So it's both ways. So similarly, Prabhupada said one time that if you want to please Krishna, you have to please the temple devotees, the sannyasis, the temple authorities. That's what he said, I'm not making up. So no, these days we don't respect authorities. That is your opinion. But Prabhupada said you have to respect the devotees. And then you should, if you have the blessing of the sannyasis, and if you have the blessing of the sannyasis, then you have the blessing of Srila Prabhupada. If you have the blessing of Srila Prabhupada, then you have the blessing of Radharani. And if you have blessing of Radharani, you have blessing of Krishna. There's no monkey like jumping directly to Krishna. You have to go through the Vaishnava. So Srila Prabhupada is the highest Vaishnava. And the highest worshipper, who knows? Highest worshipper. Aradhana nam sarvesham Vishnu aradhanam param. Aradhana Radharani. She's not thinking, oh, I'm so great. She's thinking, I'm the lowest. So those who are great devotee, their prime quality is in their humility. So, I'm doing 2-3 programs a day this month. It's really wild. I have to go to 2 programs. And people are always coming for the feet. So I wear really thick sock. They don't jump for your feet. But the mercy, Prabhu. So if you want really mercy, Charan Dhuli is the mercy of Prabhupada. Guru's mercy, the mercy of the spiritual master. So Srila Prabhupada, first time when I met him, they were wild. They want to see Prabhupada so crazy. Like if your Guru Maharaj is coming, like Vedavyas Maharaj, Devamrita Maharaj, so oh yeah, I've seen him before, and it's good he's coming. We'll see him when he comes. That's the wrong attitude. When Prabhupada was coming, we were crazy. We were counting the days 6 months before. And the day he arrived, everybody forgot to eat and sleep. We are up 1 o'clock in the morning. Prabhupada's coming today. And the day before, because we are so excited, we can't sleep. You can imagine, like you saying, these days you don't have that kind of sentiment. So I've seen that. What is the mood? Prabhupada was coming. And like getting close to the time of Prabhupada coming, we were mad. Pagal ho gaya ekdam. You know, nobody goes to eat, nobody goes to the kitchen, they're all thinking of Prabhupada. And so I don't know if I told the story. So this is the first time I'm going to meet Prabhupada. You know, we're from India, we know, like, I had a guru before family guru. And so we are familiar to different gurus in India. But these Westerners, they were mad for Prabhupada. So I thought, well, he must be so great. Like, I've seen so many gurus, but this Prabhupada must be very special. So I was inspired by Western devotees. Because we are not like, oh, yeah, a guru, another guru. So then they asked me to go down the road. If I told you the story before, right? This is 1974. And so everybody had a duty for Prabhupada's arrival, what we're going to do. And so they asked me to go down the road. So when you come out of the Mayapur, the gate, if you go down towards the right-hand side, is the Chaitanya Math, birthplace Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If you further up, the road will turn a little bit. And that time in the 70s, there used to be a big banyan tree. So then he said, you go there near the banyan tree with a red flag. When you see Prabhupada's car, you wave the flag at the gate so we can get ready. That was my first duty. And I'm going to see Prabhupada first time. So I'm really excited. And so I was waiting and waiting. God knows, when 2 hours went by, we only saw the rickshaw go by, Bula cart. There was no Prabhupada car. So I was thinking, wow, maybe they're not coming today. You know, so when you're a kid, you think like that. They forget. I thought maybe he's not coming. And I was really tired from early morning program. You know, when you're kids, you only come because festival. Every other day you get up at 7 because you sleep in. And so I thought I have a small, like a quick nap under this tree. Banyan tree is very cooling. You know, in India they sleep well under the tree. They put mosquito net next to buffalo and stuff. It's villages. So I thought, wow, I'm going to have a good sleep. And I hope Prabhupada's a bit more delayed so I can sleep longer. So I went to sleep with the flag down. A few minutes later I hear this, hey, you wake up! They're poking me with a danda. That was the sannyasis. So I got up. So they had 3 cars. They bought 3 cars for Prabhupada. One was Mayapur, one was Mumbai, another was Vrindavan. So they can pick up Prabhupada. So they had a handle, brass handle, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, like really good writing. And they had, Prabhupada's car was decorated with flower, vases. There's one flower in Bengal, it's called Rajnigandha. It's long, full of fragrance. So they put it together and make a garland. It's thin. So it's like that, all around and like this. And the front they had big vases. And that's Prabhupada was in there. And the other 2 cars was the sannyasis. So I was like, wow, trying to peep through to Prabhupada with the flag, looking at Prabhupada. And you can't go fast because the roads at that time in the 70s, you better just walk. So slow. Now they have better road. So I was waving flag and running behind. And they were literally crazy to see Prabhupada. You have no, like, I can't explain it to you. It's like when Krishna was coming, the gopis, Krishna was leaving, they're holding the chariot, not allowing him to go. That was the mood. And so Prabhupada came out of the car and he was looking up, like, you know, I was thinking, wow, this sannyasi is so pure, he's always looking at Krishna. I was thinking that, no, he was not looking at anyone, he's just so proud. Everyone's worshipping him. But actually he was looking at Krishna. And so from the gate all the way to the temple, Lotus building, we had kirtan on the way. And Prabhupada walking really slowly, looking around. And me and Dorkadish, another boy from my friend from America, Gurukul boy, so we had a basket of roses. He had a basket and I had a basket. So he was holding it and we had to place the flower on the floor so Prabhupada's feet can land on it. Both sides, all the way, it's quite a long way. And we are giving a little bit because the rose may run out. And there was Mataji's in each floor. The lotus building, they were sprinkling flower. They're supposed to be apsaras. They're from the heavenly planet. Sprinkling flower down. And it was really, really so much fun when Prabhupada was here, so much fun. There was no jealousy, no envious. Everybody just loved Prabhupada. So it was Guru Puja time. It was the wildest Guru Puja you've ever seen. We saw this Guru Puja is nothing. And this is where I got it from. I was thinking somebody at the back like this, like without throw him in the middle. So Prabhupada's Guru Puja, so they had the old time, they had a thing inside Vyasasan. So all the sannyasis were inside. And we're thinking, oh, we should be inside, not the sannyasis. And they're all like, because Prabhupada was like so great. If you're close to Prabhupada, you feel very proud of yourself. And so we are small kids. We couldn't even get in because they're all big, big guys. There was hardly any Indians, maybe one or two. All these Western people, tall. We couldn't get in. And then everyone was putting flower, and they gave Prabhupada these vases. And Prabhupada kept all the flower, big bunch. I can still remember these stories. And I was thinking, what's he going to do all that flower? And Kirtan was roaring, and he started to throw the flower in the air at the devotees. Not one flower would land on the ground. They would be just grabbing in the air. I don't know what they did, eating it, put it in the pocket. And then, at the end, he had the big vase, and he was keeping it, towards the end. He threw the vases, everybody went for it. And we had no chance, we were just little kids. They grabbed it. And then they washed his feet, the charanamrita, the water, it just disappeared. Nobody knows where the water went. We want a little bit of it. Somebody ran off with it somewhere in the field. They were so wild to see. And so, another thing, during the Guru Puja, they bought sweets for Prabhupada to distribute. You can see some videos, he's giving out sweets to devotees. And he gave all the sweets to the sannyasis. Prabhupada was very spiritually political, and so he wanted to encourage the authorities. And you should never eat in front of a hungry kid, and then you're going to get sick. And so we're thinking, oh, these sannyasis, they don't have the etiquette, but it's Prabhupada's mercy. They cleanly ate every bit of it. There's not one crumb that fell on the floor. It's just like, share a little bit, mercy. Not any that kind of idea, this sharing thing. Here they say, oh, you must be sharing with others. It's not like that. Everybody just ate it. And we're looking at how he's supposed to give mercy. The next day, for 1 month, Prabhupada stayed in Mayapur more than a month. Every day he gave sweets to Gurukul boys. No more sannyasis. And we just ate everything, no crumbs. Everybody, hey, hum log kidhar hai? Thoda sa de do. Forget it. Not for you, every bit. And then it was Bhagavatam class, like this. The program is same as when Prabhupada was here. So Prabhupada wanted all the children, Gurukul children. I was the third Bengali boy, others were some Western boys. And we had no clue what was Prabhupada talking about, because he spoke English. So we sleep. Like I said, we sleep, we didn't get enough sleep. Every time Prabhupada said, Om Namo Bhagavate, we hit the ground. And then we heard, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, we got up. End of the sleep, really good sleep for half an hour, 45 minutes. So when you were sleeping, the sannyasis were poking us with the danda. Hey you, how dare you can sleep in Prabhupada's class? So then Prabhupada said, leave them alone. They then speak English, and they woke up early, they're tired, let them sleep in my class. So we love Prabhupada even more. Not like he's pure devotee and all these things, because he's very nice. Sometimes we have to be kind. We see like we are pure devotee, you walk around, everyone worship my feet. Prabhupada wasn't like that. He was very humble. And he was very fair and very understanding about everything. And we woke up and Prabhupada was going to his room. And they picked one boy that's really wild. That's me. So you sing Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. And when I was singing, you can hear from Navadip. So loud. Jaya Prabhupada. Like if I sang now, I wouldn't have, my voice would be so throat immediately. That time when you're young, you have, and so Prabhupada already reached his room. They said, TK, that's it, he's already got, stop singing now. I said, one more time. So very wild. So this is, we see, if you want to please your guru, if you want to please Krishna, you have to have enthusiasm. That's the quality of a devotee. And Prabhupada said that if we want to, when Prabhupada is not here anymore, like Prabhupada has left this planet, like he's still jumping around, your love for Prabhupada, it will demonstrate after Prabhupada goes, physically, how much you love him. Isn't it? Like if your husband go to work, doesn't mean, it's my time now. No, you should feel separation. Like he has to go to work, earn money for us, or we wish we were rich, he didn't have to work. Like that, at least some sympathy. So Prabhupada is still here today. I feel it. During the COVID, I told the story a few days ago on the program, in the house program. During the COVID, we were stuck here for 2 years. And we're having really good time here. You can ask the brahmacharis. And we used to have nice kirtan, just 5, 6 of us jumping. But we felt like Prabhupada was with us at that time. And one day, we were having a rocking kirtan, just 5 of us. We felt like thousands of people here. And one of the earring from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it fell from one of his ear and it landed on the marble stone, on the front of him. Doing! And then it came towards us. Doing! It landed us. And we picked it up and we gave it back. So he also wanted to dance with us, we figured. The next day, one flower fell from Nityananda, or one of them, I don't know who. Doing, doing, in a flower going like a spring, and landed in front of us. We kept the flower. I had it in my pocket for days. So don't think that Prabhupada is not here, Krishna is not here. He's always here. The mercy of the spiritual master, it's always it's through his service, through his instructions. There's the story of Ekalavya. You know the story, Ekalavya, from the Mahabharata? You know this Ekalavya, he was a Shudra, but he wanted to be an archer, like Arjuna. So he asked Dronacharya if he can teach him how to shoot arrow. He says, not for you, you're Shudra. It's only for Kshatriyas, like Arjuna. So he felt very bad. So he made a murti out of Dronacharya in the forest. In a murti out of mud. And this is why devotees keep deities in the home. They're Shakti. They're worshipping of the deity. And they can do a lot of miracles. And so he was worshipping with flower, water from the Ganges, and then looking at the murti and shooting arrows. He got really good at it. He got the mercy from the deity form of Dronacharya. So one day, the Pandavas with Dronacharya, they're having a walk in the field around that area, and the dog was barking. If you go to India, there's dog barking all the time. You know, sometimes in Mayapur you can't sleep because the dog's barking all the time. So I used to keep rocks and just throw at them from the roof, and then go, and then go away. We used to chase them with stick. So even at that time there was dogs because people respect the animals. So this dog was barking, and Ekalavya says he was thinking this is disturbing the Pandavas, disturbing Dronacharya. So he shot arrows so fast like Arjuna, shut his mouth with arrows. So quick, dog couldn't bark anymore. They didn't even hurt him, this celestial arrows. So Dronacharya and the Pandavas said, who did that? Only Arjuna can do that. And they said, aham kya? He came out of the forest. He said, I did it. He said, Ekalavya. He said, wow, how did he learn that? He said, I worshipped you in the form of a murti, a guru. He said, I told you not to learn this. So he got the power from the murti. So he said, you have to give me Guru Dakshin. You know Guru Dakshin? Donations. We have the donation box. When you see, sometimes you hear, toing, 10 cents going in. Not much. And then he says, yeah, whatever you want, I'll give you donations. He said, I want your thumb. So yeah, sure, chop, he gave you thumb. That's the Kshatriyas, they are not worried about pain. So his name became Ekalavya, because without a thumb, it's very difficult to shoot an arrow. So it's very important to understand the blessing of a guru. So don't think Srila Prabhupada is not here. He's here at every moment. He's watching us. He can see us, and he's always blessing us for our enthusiastically serving Krishna. So, and many stories of Srila Prabhupada at that time that I learned, even when Prabhupada used to close his eyes looking at the deity. Every temple in ISKCON, you see the deities are facing, Prabhupada's facing the deities, because he wanted to see the deities. And his eyes were wet with water, like he was crying. And Prabhupada was very emotional when he saw Krishna deity. And he's not like, wherever he went, he was always very spiritually, very conscious. And he would go for a morning walk around the temple. He'd go to the Brahmacharya ashram, he'd go to the toilet area, sometimes the tap's running, and he would call the president, so why is the tap's running? Like that. Every morning he used to go around check all the departments in Mayapur. So this is how I always remember, we came to Melbourne, I always remember that we should be very careful not to waste Krishna's energy. And the other day I was hurried to come to temple. I left the tap running, dripping, and I was away for program 2 days. And I got a water bill like this big, because water was running. So don't think that you can just please Krishna. You have to please the spiritual master. You have to please the Vaishnavas. There's going to be always a challenge for us to serve Krishna. Somebody said the other day, why Krishna makes all this difficult for us? He should make everything easy so we can serve him. In fact, those who are really good devotees, Suddha Bhakt, pure devotees, they have more trouble than anybody, because they never give up serving Krishna. They are determined to serve Krishna under difficulty. That's the challenges. If everything goes well, we are going to sit back and relax. We will stop preaching. Aram se bet jayega. So, you see the Pandavas, you see Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, when he went to America, he had heart attacks on a ship, an elderly man. He could have said, nah, this is too much for me, I'm going back. He went because he knows this is going to please his Guru Maharaj. And to please his Guru Maharaj, that's how he's going to please Krishna. And I heard when Prabhupada was coming here, Prabhupada said, I don't want to go to the material world. He told Krishna. He said, no, you go there, I will protect you. But he wasn't protecting him, he had a heart attack. But he was protecting him. But he wanted to show us, using Prabhupada, that takes determination. Just like Arjuna. Arjuna was Krishna's favorite. In fact, Dronacharya and Karna, who else? Bhishma, they were equally strong as Arjuna. But Krishna liked Arjuna. Srila Prabhupada was the chosen one. Krishna favored Prabhupada. Krishna used Prabhupada to make him more famous. He didn't go back. And he had 40 rupees. I went to India in April, 40 rupees, you can't even buy a lassi. It's 50 rupees. And when I was in Vrindavan, you can get big cup of lassi, 1 liter in the mitika cup mein. So good taste. Put a little bit of rose water in it. And that was just 2 rupees 50 paisa. Now it's like everybody's rich. So Prabhupada, and when I went to Vrindavan first time, 1975, all the Loi Bazaar people were quite poor. Everyone going in a bicycle. Now in the Loi Bazaar, everybody has Mercedes. Because of ISKCON. Because we buy so much goods from Loi Bazaar, they're filthy rich. So Prabhupada's mercy is unto everyone. So sometimes we see in our ISKCON all over the world, seemingly there is difficulty. But that difficulty, the challenge is to bring us closer to Prabhupada. Never turn back. But Prabhupada never turned back. He was determined to serve his Guru Maharaj. No matter what. So I'm in ISKCON for 50 years now. So if you think you have some difficulty, that's nonsense. I've been here 50 years. I've seen it. People come and go. I stayed through because of Prabhupada. Because of Prabhupada I'm here. We have to think in like this. I said to myself, if everybody leaves this temple, I'm going to be the last one and I'm staying. Don't think you are going to be a shooting star. Gone. We are like shooting star, come and go. But Prabhupada said we have to be like the moon. One moon can light up the whole sky of all the stars. So how lucky we are to be with Prabhupada. There's going to be challenges every day. If you think you are in a boat and the boat is rocking. I went from UK to Ireland on a big ship. Like I wanted to experience big ship, the supermarket there, you drive in your car, big ship. So then I was thinking I want to have a really good time. And the ship started rocking. I was feeling headache and vomiting. So they said, you go on the roof and look up the sky, you'll feel better. And made me worse. They said, you go to the sea movie. They were showing the theater there. And nothing, I was vomiting. The boat was rocking. Very rough sea from UK to Ireland. And so if you think, I'll just jump off, we'll be better off. The shark's waiting there, into the mouth. So we have rocking. A lot of troubles come when you serve Krishna. You have to stay on, no matter what. Let it rock, I'm staying. So if you think it's too much for me, how are you going to jump off? But you're jumping into the mouth of sharks. Jump, jump, jump. So stay to serve Prabhupada. If we demonstrate you want to love Prabhupada, you have to stay all the way to finish the course. End of life. One Mataji was crying and saying, oh, I'm not getting initiated, and they're making it so hard. Please give me one letter to Aniruddha Prabhu. I was sitting next to him. I was thinking, Pagal ho gaya kya? You want initiation? That's okay, but don't cry like that. You have to work at it. When you're ready, then. It's not like a miracle. You tap on your head, and then your feet start to come off the ground. You have 4 arms, and you see sky, blue sky, and you're flying. No, it's not miracle. You have to work at it. If you want the mercy of Guru, you have to stay through the course. I see some of these guys, young boys from Bhaktivedanta, they're washing a pot. Lousy job. You're there hours and hours, just 10 pot. But you put the effort. You're working so hard. Krishna noticed that, your effort. So, similarly, you're IT, you're not a pot washer. But you're putting the effort to clean the pot for Krishna. So Krishna doesn't see, he's not expert at it. Get somebody who's expert. He's engaging us in his service, no matter what you're qualified or not. That's Radharani. She brings the gopis to Krishna. To Radharani brings the gopis. She doesn't bring somebody who's like not very good. Someone who's ready to serve Krishna nicely. They qualified to. So we have to be qualified. You making it easy? It's not on the table. I give you money to Rasanandani and she gives you the letter. She's a very heavy lady. One day we were doing the yoga in the room. She said, "Get out of this room, I have to clean." So we got out. And halfway to the ashram I was thinking, that's not the way to talk. So I went back. And then I won't tell you the rest of the things. What happened? It's not the class will tell those things. So we need to be very strict with ourselves if you want to mercy from Prabhupada. Prabhupada was very strict. He didn't go to America and said, okay, no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. Then all the people would not join him. They would say, what left? That's the foundation of enjoyment. And he says, 4 things, kya karega? But Prabhupada didn't do that. He was very smart. He was cooking for them halwa and puri and gulab jamun. You know, they're putting drugs inside the halwa. You know drugs? Marijuana, all this. Not marijuana, something else. Very strong. And they all, Hare Krishna. They were in ecstasy right in the beginning because they are tripping on drugs. Prabhupada knew, but he allowed. So, and when he saw these people were gradually getting the taste for chanting, then he put the principles. Because many of his god brothers went to America, or not America, all the way to Europe. They said, impossible. They came back. They didn't know. But Prabhupada, he knew the trick. So they're just saying in English, enter like a needle, come out like a plow. Samjh gaya bataya? So Prabhupada, he was like an avatar. He came down here because Krishna wanted him to come here. There's a story when Prabhupada was in a room at night and he had this garland. That garland was made from kadamba flower. And the place where he was, there's no kadamba tree or anything. Impossible. Kadamba tree only grows Vrindavan, Mayapur, not everywhere. Some reason. So they said that kadamba tree, the flower garland Prabhupada was wearing, Krishna gave him at night because that flower was not from this world. The next day in the temple, they found the flower and Prabhupada was wearing. And this thick, amazing flower. They said, who gave you? Prabhupada said, it's from Krishna. He gave me. I said, what? Like, you know. So Prabhupada was in touch with Krishna. Even when I got initiated, I told you the story. You know, when I walked up, he said, oh, you're too young. And I thought, please help me, like, give me initiation. He closed his eyes. And then, after a few seconds, Aankh band kara. He said, like, why is he closing eyes? I'm talking to you. And then, after he opened his eyes, he said, never mind. Koi baat nahi. He was consulting someone. So, give this boy initiation. Maybe. That's my thought. So, it's all based on the Guru Kripa, the mercy of the Guru. Asirvad. The ultimate mercy of the spiritual master is when you can follow his instruction. When you can please your Guru. That is the ultimate love for Krishna, because Krishna will be pleased. Sometimes people ask you, oh, kya kya? Prabhupada ke liye kya kya? What have you done for Prabhupada? I said, oh, I cleaned his car and watered the plants on the roof, a lot of things. And so one devotee said, I didn't get to do anything for Prabhupada. But once Prabhupada was coming and he opened the door for him. That's not a big service. And then Prabhupada looked at him with a big smile. He said, that smile is still inside me. That's the lifetime of inspiration, that smile that Prabhupada smiled at me. So Prabhupada was, sometimes when he smiled, it's like oceanic, they say, like an ocean. And I told you the story before. In Bengal, they make these sweets called sandesh. They make it here also. I just look at it, it's not as good. But they make it in India, so good. And so they were making these sandesh for Prabhupada to distribute during the Guru Puja. And I thought, it's never enough, because it gives you one piece, I need a lot. And so there was the pujari room inside the temple, and they prepared this sandesh sweet for Prabhupada to distribute. I didn't know that. I just saw, wow, the sweets lying around. So I took it all. So I had a very big bead bag. I put them all into my bead bag. That's what you do when you're a kid. And so, and very difficult to find a place where you want to eat it, because everywhere there's people. So I went to the forest, and I ate it, and at the back of the temple before devotees came. And then they were so angry who took the sweets. I didn't know who took it. So I kept it very quiet and innocent. So they had to make new sweets for Prabhupada. And then it was during the Prabhupada Guru Puja time, and there were a line, people were coming, and they're offering flowers, and it was my turn. And I'm sure Prabhupada knew I took the sweets. And I had a very big bag, and tiny, thin beads, but a huge bead bag. I used to carry samosa, sweet this and that, stuff like that. But everybody knew, but nobody knew, but except Prabhupada. So he looked at my eyes and went like this. So he knew, this is the guy who took the sweets I meant to give. How can you take Guru's sweets? But he was very tolerant and very understanding. Never, he could have said, you took the boys, catch him, like this, chore hai ye. He knew, but he was very understanding that one day I will be good for him. I will be, I'll help him, I'll assist him. So he could see future. Prabhupada was very, and I was really bad sometime, and stealing, prasadam, and then there was a story, one devotee took a halwa from the deity plate in England, right from the deity place. He reached out from the door and he took it. So the temple president was super angry. They threw him out of the temple. How can you steal from the deity plate? So Prabhupada was there, and he heard Prabhupada said, whatever it is, before you have a breakfast, all of you go and find him, bring him back. So they had to go and find him and bring him back, cook halwa for him, no need to offer, just give him boga. How important to make someone a devotee of Krishna. And we just come and go. So we have to have respect for devotees. And Prabhupada knew these things, so important to care for someone, Vaishnava care, devotee care. And Prabhupada was so loving, and he used to ask. Sometimes he used to go to Mataji's ashram, elderly man, are you okay? Are you getting enough sleep? Stuff like that. And I'll tell one quick story. This story is about prasadam also. And we never got enough prasadam in our temples those days. So they would make plate prasadam accordingly that many devotees in the temple. So maybe 20 devotees, 20 plates of prasad. And rice, dal, sabji, bas. No fancy things. No halwa, puri, pakora like we hear. And we were very skinny because we never got enough. But we love Prabhupada. That's the thing that kept us. So then they woke us up early. So they had one guy, they'd be at the temple gate. So you take attendance. If you have to come to Mangal Arati, if you didn't come, they cut your prasad. Like absence. So this guy we all didn't like him, that guy. And so, but he was doing good thing for us. The same person would be standing outside the Prasadam hall at 9 o'clock. And then anyway, so I was with 5 boys, 3 boys from America. So I was the strongest one. So my job was to protect them. Even though I was a small, like, hey, don't you dare touch him. So then those 3 boys, they really liked me. So I complained to him, listen, like, we never get enough sleep. And there's one boy among the 3, Prabhupada really liked him. His name is Dorkadish. Prabhupada used to call him Mr. DDDD, 3D. He said, like, you're my friend. I guess he was from previous life, Prabhupada's friend. So he was one of our Gurukul boy. I said, Prabhupada liked you, so let's go see Prabhupada. Let's sleep and we'll go see Prabhupada Prasadam. Well, I mean, he don't go to Guru for Prasadam, but that's what you do when you're a kid. And so then we found a place where to sleep. They were building the long building in Mayapur. And between there's Radha Madhava garden, there's areas, empty rooms. So we went to one place, the Radha Madhava garden, and we slept there in a sleeping bag. India, people don't have sleeping bag those days. We have a blanket. So I really like sleeping bag. So one of the boys from America had a spare sleeping bag. I said, I loved it. So you zip yourself inside. And we were sleeping in the Radha Madhava garden. Nobody can find us because they look for you. Wherever they find, they throw water on you and wake you up for Mangalarati. But this time they couldn't find us. We woke up around 8 o'clock. We had a good sleep. And I didn't sleep, you can see, like last night. So exciting. Prabhupada Disappearance coming here. And anyway, so we got dressed. We went to see Prabhupada for Prasadam. And Prabhupada was chanting japa up and down on the 3rd floor. And we pushed the Turkish in the front. He spoke to him. I didn't speak much. And I stayed right at the back. So they came, we paid our obeisances, he complained to Prabhupada, no prasadam. We didn't go to Mangala, they cut off prasadam. I'm sure Prabhupada knew, but so he was very concerned. Prabhupada said, oh, no prasadam? So his eyes went big. Sometimes he pictures of Prabhupada, his eyes are big. Maybe that's one of the times. And he says, call for Pangajangri Janani Bash. They're the head pujaris. And they're dealing with prasadam, Mahaprasadam. And that's Prabhupada's breakfast. It's halwa. In Bengal, they make halwa with milk. So it's extra good. And it's moisture. Because if you put milk in the halwa, instead of water, you have to put more than double because it dries up. So it's really good. And sugar and other things. Halwa and puris, they make it white flour. And it's really good. If you make white flour halwa, puri here, it's like chewy. You have to know how to make it. And potato sabji that goes with the puri or halwa, and muri. You know muri? Puff rice. But not the way I make here. With cashews and very fancy for Prabhupada. So they bought all that. 3 of us, we ate sumptuously. Under Prabhupada instruction. So somebody says, what instruction you got from Prabhupada? I said, we can have to eat nicely. But that's not the only service. You can also serve him, do puja, but that's one of the service you can do, take prasadam. Prabhupada said, don't eat anywhere, fancy food restaurant, only take prasadam. But then you end up only taking prasadam, not chanting japa or service. So anyway, that's one of the stories. So I wanted to say that Prabhupada was very understanding and very loving. And these are memories of Prabhupada. These stories are not in the books. So Prabhupada was very kind, very loving. So our people, they were cutting our meal. This American guy was cutting our meal, but Prabhupada gave us prasadam. We told him we didn't go to Mangalarati. He said, doesn't matter. So Prabhupada was very merciful. We were the one who was like, but anyway, there's this one Mataji, big American fat lady. At that time there was only Western people. That lady was my ashram teacher. Like we were kids. And her job was to like clean or cut our nails and wash your ear and stuff. And she was really rough with us. And like I'm dark, but it became red after scrubbing it and cut our nails. So I told Dorcadish to make a complaint to Prabhupada. She's really rough with us. So they changed the service. She was, we had Pankaji Jananivash as our teacher. And they were very nice and very kind. So Prabhupada is all very understanding. And so many other things of Srila Prabhupada today, I want to make the point that going back to the point that we should be very thankful to Prabhupada and stay true in our organization and be strong with yourself and love Prabhupada and all the devotees around us and be strong with yourself. Don't go away and do your own thing. I'm just putting it in a very simple way. Don't create havoc. Because if you love Prabhupada, don't give him anxiety. Make him feel good about our temples running smoothly, everything's going well. Even if it's not, that someone else will do it. Prabhupada, Krishna is there. But don't be kind, be loving to each other, and Prabhupada will ultimately bless us. Keep things very simple. Come here, chant Hare Krishna. Enjoy Krishna consciousness. Sing and dance, glorify. Be in the bliss of Krishna consciousness. Don't worry about all the thing going on. Mature world, kale dosa nidirajan. Mature world is a place of dosa, full of fault. What can you do? Ekanahaste in Mahan Guna. There's a great quality, you can chant Hare Krishna. That's what I'm doing here. Forget everything. You want to go back to Godhead, or you want to just sit here and come back again and make complaints? Be positive and serve Krishna. Go back to Godhead. Finish the job. Prabhupada has given us the process, and it's so sublime. We can accept this process, come to the program, morning program, chant, associate devotees, read, distribute Prabhupada's books. Everything is so smooth. He already gave us this program for us to follow up every day. Don't make your own program. And Prabhupada will always bless us. People say, oh, Prabhuji, Asirvad do, bless me. Bless, you will come if you love Prabhupada. I don't have the power to bless you, but Prabhupada has. One of the devotees, he thought, I'm going to leave ISKCON, I'm going. He was walking out the door, and he heard a voice, don't leave me, stay here. Prabhupada, this temple. That's Bhakta Prabhu. He told me this directly. So don't think he's just sitting murti. He's there, he's watching us. Who loves me? Who's here? We stay together, and that's going to give us strength. Family that stays together, that prays together, that stays together. Right? We are Prabhupada's family. In India they have really nice trains now, Bharat. That's because the train's running on a track. You go off the track, it doesn't matter how nice the train is, it's off the track. So we have to stay in the track of Krishna consciousness, in the family of Vaishnavas, with the association of devotees. It gives us strength. So I love it, being here. This is what gives me the greatest pleasure, to be in the association of devotees. So many of my god brothers, Prabhupada's disciples, are not here. Many have passed away, some are left ISKCON. But we don't have any reason to leave, because our love for Prabhupada will stay. It will show how much you love him if you want to stay with Prabhupada. There's no divorce, Radha Krishna, there's no divorce, because Radharani loves Krishna. So our love for Prabhupada should be like that. Very strong. We will stay here for Prabhupada forever. Okay, so this is how I want to end. We can tell all these stories. You can read about it in Lilamrita, but we need to stay together for the Prabhupada's mercy, for Prabhupada's pleasure. When you put paint and milk next to together on the side of each, you can see the milk. If you are not very smart, you think the paint is milk, but it looks the same. Don't choose the wrong one, even though it looks the same. So stay where it is the right one. Sometimes it looks it's very flowery, it all looks good. Flowery words of the Vedas. So we have to be very understanding that you love Prabhupada, stay through for his, at the end of our life, we'll go to Prabhupada. Prabhupada will love you better. So that's why we're here. You know, we have this wonderful temple. Prabhupada sat here. He gave lecture. Prabhupada installed these deities. So all of us stuck together. I don't care, because Prabhupada was here. We haven't had a history in our temple here that anyone died from overcrowded. Half the time you go out and having prasadam, you don't even attend the program. Where is that crowd you're sitting together, you're complaining about? If you're stuck together, I love it, close association. There's no room for Maya. It's not COVID time, we keep 5-point distance, 1.5 distance. We can associate if we have the right attitude. You know, you go to Vrindavan, they're not very big temple. And in India, population is huge. And they're overcrowded, they're like this. You know, they all got an offering in their hand. In the beginning, they got an offering they want to offer to deity. And at the end, it's like this, because they can't move. But not single person complaining. In Kumbh Mela, more than 100 million people. Some will stumble on the ground, dying. Said, Bhagavan ka paas hua chala gaya. They're not worried. They went back to God. Of course, we're not like that. People are very, they love Krishna so much, they don't mind to go through the hardship. That's the love for Prabhupada. I'm sure Prabhupada wanted me to speak today, because the person supposed to speak, he fell sick or something, he went overseas. Because I'm a Prabhupada man. Prabhupada man means whatever happens, stay true. Just like when you get married, you take vows. Right? Those vows, you stick through, you love each other, whatever it is, problems, you stick through. In a Gandhari, she didn't even know who's her husband going to be. You have arranged marriage in India. Now you make yourself married. You see in the online. There's no tradition anymore. And then when she saw her husband's blind guy, she voluntarily blinded herself. Voluntarily. And nowadays we check if the body is functioning. Otherwise, bus. Don't even come near me. It's going to be able to support me. They check how much money you have. Vedic time was all based on books, knowledge. That is a higher principle of love. That love we have for Prabhupada is based on our love for him through austerity, hardship. Like Prabhupada went through hardship. He made ISKCON. For just doesn't mean we can come to our ISKCON just for Kanakaliye. He made this movement so he can work hard like he did for his Guru. Right? So we have to follow the footsteps of the Acharyas, footsteps of our Guru. Like I came in the temple today, and I think everyone dancing, singing. This is so blissful. We forgot to eat and sleep, like the Goswamis. But if you want to find fault, complain, there's this much. There's so much. Kalaya dosha nidiraja, material world full of fault. So we have to be like the bees, the honey, they go for honey. The flies, they go for dirt. So we have to be like bees. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Like the gopis, like the Goswamis. Where is Krishna? Hey, Brajadevikacha Lalite. Are you under this tree? Are you under the side of the bank of the Yamuna? I was searching for Krishna. Krishna is here. No, I have my Krishna, you have your Krishna. When the cowherd boys are looking at Krishna, Krishna was looking all of them. And one cowherd boy, Krishna is looking at me. Krishna has the power. He can look at everyone simultaneously. And the other cowherd boy is thinking, oh, Krishna is looking at me. He's actually looking at everyone. But everybody felt special. The Krishna is here. We have to see things very cool-headedly. Don't jump to conclusion. Prabhupada is here. Just like I said, Arjuna was chosen. Even though there were so many others who were equal to him. Don't choose the wrong one. The pain and it looks exactly the same color as the milk. So Maya is very bewildering. Even religiosity can be nonsense religiosity. Don't use an excuse. See, love for Prabhupada, no matter what. There's going to be fault. Material world full of fault. I know I'm the best. We have to be humble. Humbler than the grass. Are we humbler than the grass? Taller than the tree? Sometimes people look at me, I'm in the kitchen, I'm not happy. So we feel very frustrated. We are upset with ourselves. But we have to control our habits. We have to control our anger. And Prabhupada was the example of that. Prabhupada was so tolerant. In the beginning, those people, I said to you, you're putting drugs in the halwa. How upset would be? If I cook the halwa, you put drugs? You know what I mean? And Prabhupada was so tolerant. Because he knew, these are new, they're young devotees, they knew, they don't know, later they will be good. So you have to be tolerant in Krishna consciousness. And it may say, 30 years I've been a devotee. Baba, we've been in the material world for a lifetime, millions of years. It might take a long time to become a pure devotee. Indraduna Maharaj's mother, Indraduna Maharaj, she got sick and she was not very favorable, but just before she passed away, she called Indraduna Maharaj. She said, I want to chant Hare Krishna, give me beads, initiate me. Just before she died. So, he may not be initiated till you die. But don't worry, Krishna is there, he will take care. He will make sure you are okay. The idea we serve Krishna no matter what. Time will come. We have to have that faith. You break your head because you didn't pass the exam, you need initiation. It's okay, but then gradually you have to work at it. Don't be so impatient. You work at it, it will come gradually. But we are so impatient and critical. Now I've been going to Bhaktivedanta programs, these programs, so many every day, 2, 3. Such nice devotees. They're not even initiated, new people. I walk in, they worship me like Guru. Even though I'm not, they don't know me much. Just because they heard. They trust the feet. That's why I said to you, I put socks on. So, all the karma is in my socks. But the sentiment is there. Spiritual sentiment. That loving sentiment. Appreciate that. So you have to have love for Guru. Love with each other, stick together. Like a bunch of sticks together, you can't break it. One crack, you think, Bhaktivedanta Thakur said, Ekakya amay nahi pai bal harinama sankirtan. On my own, I cannot chant Hare Krishna. That's Bhaktivedanta Thakur said. He is pure devotee of Krishna. So he's emphasizing we need to stick together. Association. Sadhu Sangha. Oh no, I'm better than you. I already have my association. My wife, my children, I'm associating with them. They are pure devotees. Prabhupada didn't say that. They are, but you need to come together in a group. So, this is, our movement is based on Srila Prabhupada's blessing, Srila Prabhupada's instruction to stay together to serve Krishna till we leave this world, to go back to Godhead. Prabhupada's waiting for us. Prabhupada was giving a lecture and he said, and you, Tamal Krishna Maharaj, Bhaktivedanta Thakur is waiting for you. Maybe he was connected to him more than Prabhupada. So, when you leave this body, if you didn't go to Prabhupada, somebody else is waiting for you. Jamara is waiting for you. Maybe. You have to make sure who is waiting for you. Prabhupada or somebody else. Just be careful. Be humble. Humility is the Vaishnava prime quality. Be humble. Sab kuch mil gaya, I know it. I'm a devotee 50 years. I'm better than you. I never think that. There's so much more to learn. I learn more from the new devotees than someone else. Because they're in the mood of learning, new devotees. All my friends are Grihastha couples, friends, all the Bhakta Bhavan boys, young devotees. Because all my God was young people, they're not around. So we have to find a way so we can serve Krishna and be together in a family of Vaishnava. Somebody around a long time, somebody's new, it doesn't matter. We're all this Prabhupada's family. But you leave the family, then you create one family, that's like the divorce. You find a new person, partner. Isn't it? Exactly like that. So we're proud to be Prabhupada's family. So that's why I'm here, for Prabhupada. You love Prabhupada, be here for Prabhupada. Okay, any questions? Because I have to finish 9:30 to go to the program. One questions. I try to keep it very gentle, not go off the point. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the nice class. Prabhu, you mentioned how Srila Prabhupada, he was so determined to follow his spiritual master's instructions. Even though he got 2 heart attacks and suffered so much, he still followed and lived that. So, Prabhu, we see, personally I see I cannot do that. Is it because of the strong effect of Maya that we have, or is it because we're lacking something?
The thing is, we're not on the level of Prabhupada, that's for sure. But that's not an excuse for us to just do our thing. That's the extreme case of Prabhupada having a heart attack. And like I said, Prabhupada, Krishna was using him as making him even more famous, that he didn't give up. And we have a little bit difficulty and we give up. And we're like, we didn't get Prashadam, I'm not going again. I'm going home having a sandwich. Just wait, calm down. See what the outcome is going to be. Prabhupada said, be cool-headed, intelligent, Krishna consciousness. Be conscious of Krishna. It requires knowledge, application of knowledge. So it's not like, only Arjuna, that's different, and Krishna, Prabhupada is different. I'm not Prabhupada. That's not an excuse. It's like your mother wanted you to do many things. You can tell her like, I'm not you, you can do that, you're good at it. It's like saying that. We have opportunity to learn, to improve. Okay, Krishna's not going to give everybody a heart attack. Only Prabhupada, because Krishna knows Prabhupada's not going to give up. Or someone who's going to give up, he will give you a heart attack. He's very understanding. Krishna is sitting in everyone's heart, and He guides us when we make the effort to serve Him accordingly. But Prabhupada, He's special. Krishna, He's not going to give up at all. He's going to fight till end, till his Guru Maharaj wanted. So that's just a leela. And why I give you a heart attack is not leela, but it's a different thing, how we can understand. So, it's not an excuse to, oh no, this is too much for me, follow 4 principles. So many people in India, they already follow that. They don't have, Gujarat, they're all vegetarian by birth. Alcohol is banned. Bidi is only for lower class. People don't smoke, not everyone. We're born religious. So you think, oh, I have to eat meat to survive. It's protein. Give me a break. No. I have vegetarian all my life. And he saw me dancing. I didn't even have any breakfast today. I ate last light, already cleared. So where's the energy? Ultimately, energy is from Krishna. Elephant, they just eat grass, banana tree. So strong. You need meat to be strong? That's just total nonsense. Everybody knows that. So, 4 principles you can follow, just gradually, not immediately. But heart attack, Prabhupada didn't give up because he's determined to serve Krishna. He knows his body. Only the body is feeling pain. The soul's not. So there's a lot of stuff. We can talk about it. Okay? Okay? Yes. I have to go soon, but yeah.
You said Prabhupada is there, how does one have conviction in it? How can one feel the presence of Prabhupada?
Yeah. It's a very subtle thing. It's just like, it's not like, here I am, you can see me. It's not like that. It's a very subtle feeling. Just like when you're chanting Hare Krishna, dancing, you can feel that joy is different than having a bole stuff, something like that. It's different. So when you have the Mahaprasadam, it's very sacred. You just have a little bit, so good. It's not that your mother cooked halwa at home, it's different. That unique flavors, because Krishna tasted that. Krishna speaks through his devotees. That's how you know Krishna ate it. So the way to feel it is not like, I don't feel anything, you must be a stone. You have to have a feeling. So spiritual feeling is very subtle. It doesn't just... I was telling the story the other day to a friend. They had a regression. Regression? They put you in to see who you were in a past life. So they put me on regression. They said, not for you, because you're not relaxed enough. You're too passionate. He can't regress you. So he put a lot of things to calm me down, to find out who I was past life. And there's other thing I won't tell you, all the past things. So then, you have to go deeper. So it's not like Hare Krishna, ho gaya bas. You have to really feel the chanting, hear the name of the Mahamantra. Look at the deities, there's a nice stone there. No, it's there. You have to feel, according to Shastra, go deeper. Just like when you eat, you're not like a cow, swallow it. You eat, you taste the food, so good, and you think the cook's so good, and it's so tasty. Slowly, enjoy. So similarly, you can feel through your feelings of affection which comes from within yourself, deep feeling. Sometimes you close your eyes, it's good. You have to go deeper. It's not just an external thing that just boom, it comes. It takes time also, spiritual subjects and spiritual works. It's a very internal cultivation that it's going to come gradually, but you have to put yourself through the system, isn't it? Just like we apply for a visa, it may take years. They take all your money first, then they say, we got 200,000, okay, you can give you a visa. Sometimes they do it like that. So they're in the process, it's working. Then when you'll come, oh, I feel it, wow. Suddenly I feel it. So don't think, oh, I don't feel, I don't give up. You have to just go through and it will come. But if you swallow it like a cow, it's going to take longer to digest because it's coming in chunks. You didn't chew enough. So you have to gradually observe the process and meditate on Krishna, hear the name of the mantra, and you will feel it. Guarantee. Okay, that's another class. I have to stop. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.